Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I wanted to recreate a look by one of my favorite makeup artists. His name is Painted by Spencer and he is so talented. I've followed him on Instagram for a really long time because he just has these incredible full glam transformations, and he recently started a YouTube channel, which is great because now we can really get like an in-depth look on how he does what he does. So his most recent video was this Barbie glam that was just stunning, so I wanted to give it a try at home. I'm not using the products. I don't think I'm even using any of the same products that he used. I just didn't have them, and I really was just paying attention to his technique and trying to mimic that with products I already had. So there is a slight variation between like tones and some of the shades I use, unfortunately, but I just really wanted to get my hands on this look without having to go out and buy anything. So if you want to see how I got this Barbie glam and my interpretation of the fabulous Painted by Spencer, go ahead and keep on watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if you want to see more.
So I'm going to start with this face oil. It's called CEO Glow by Sunday Riley. Spencer started by applying an oil-based serum or oil-infused serum, and this was the closest thing I had. We are going to be using a lot of powder, so I wanted the skin to be really dewy before. Using my trusty L'Oreal Pro Glow as my foundation, I'm applying a decent amount with a beauty blender because this is just a full coverage look, and the technique Spencer used was painting the face kind of all completely one dimension and then bringing that dimension back with highlight and contour, etc. And let me just tell you that I have been spending some time in the sun, and upon reviewing the footage, I feel like I could go darker on my foundation shade, but it is what it is. I'm using the shade Chestnut by Bobbi Brown. This is part of their cream foundation kit. This is something I used in my kit for a really long time, and now I just kind of transferred it to my own personal kit because I replaced it with some other things. But this is a great thing for makeup artists to have in general because it has all the colors and it's super handy. So I'm just using this Chestnut shade by Bobbi Brown to contour my face, and I'm pinching the brush. I also want to do my nose contour. I also got that from Painted by Spencer. I love that little tip because that way you don't have to get a whole new brush, you know, just to contour the smaller areas. And then I just start blending that out with my beauty blender. Just a disclaimer, my light was doing some crazy things. We did experience some technical difficulties between the battery and the light. So sometimes it's super bright, sometimes it's a little more dull. I apologize for this inconsistency. I will do better next time. To highlight, I'm going in with my Kevyn Skin Enhancing Concealer. This is a product where a little bit goes a long way, but I am using a generous amount here because I really want the under eyes to pop. This was where Spencer focused a lot of his product as well because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're recreating the look of a doll. So we're really brightening up those under eyes and creating a doll-like face. Blending out that concealer with a beauty blender. I'm mainly focusing the blend on the part that connects the foundation to the concealer because we really want to keep that brightness under the eye for the maximum impact. And then just like Spencer, I'm taking a little bit of the remaining concealer and bringing it onto my eyelids to act as a base for the eyeshadow. I love this next tip from Spencer. He mixes a little bit of the foundation with the concealer for the forehead highlight because he doesn't want the forehead to be as bright as the under eyes, because we're really trying to keep the focus on a bright under eye for this Barbie look. Now I'm just highlighting the bridge of my nose. This part's always a little tricky for me because my nose is crooked, so getting that straight line takes a bit of effort as I'm not following the natural shape of my nose. That's okay, just correct it with a Q-tip and I figure it out. To set this makeup, I'm going in with my Nye Neutral Set and my Wet n Wild banana powder. These are two different powders that I mixed together to create a finish that just makes sense for my under eye color. The yellow banana powder is too yellow and the white is too white, so I just mix them together. To set the perimeter of my face, I use this deep shade of the Mercier translucent powder, and I mix it with those other two powders to create a shape that matches my skin tone. Just like Spencer, I saved blending out my nose highlight till the end so that it could kind of stick and become a little bit tacky. And then I'm just using the lighter powders to bake that nose highlight using a triangle wedge for a straight line. Okay, here's where things got really crazy. My battery light died, so I had to do at least one eye off camera while the light charged, and then complete the second eye on camera for you guys. And here's where things get a little bit different from how Spencer did it. He used a hot pink matte shade that was totally gorgeous, and unfortunately I just didn't have anything like it, so I used the brightest pink shade I had. And then for the lid color, he also used a baby pink glitter that I was obsessed with, but the closest thing I had was this Color Fix by Danessa Myricks, which is also beautiful. It's in the shade Alien. It has a warmer tone than the one he used, but I just did the closest thing I had on hand, and it ended up being different but good. Kind of has a more tropical feel with the tones used in my videos. And he put a purple shade, again a matte purple shade, which I guess I just didn't have, and so I had to use a shimmer purple shade. I normally wouldn't use shimmer shades at all in the crease or anything like that, but I figured for Barbie, she's all about glamour, she's all about shimmer, and I remember my Barbie dolls, they had that metallic type of look on their eyes, so I just went with it. Again, this is more about mimicking techniques and learning new skills than having it be exactly the same with the exact same products. I'm just doing the best I can with the products I've had. Here, I'm just mimicking the same steps I did up top. On the bottom, we're going to be doing a lot to our lower lash line, so doing this pink backdrop is super necessary, and then going in with the purple and creating a bit more definition there as well to complement the top part of the eye. Another improvisation. I had to use my MAC gel black eyeliner because my pencil eyeliner, like Spencer used, was broken. So I'm improvising here and putting gel liner, applying with a brush into the waterline. He applied a dark black liner to the waterline, so I'm making sure to do that same step just with the products that I have. I used to put gel eyeliner in my waterline all the time when I was like in high school. I don't know why that was my thing, but here I am reliving old days. He also used a pencil to smudge out like a black outer wing, which again, I didn't have a good smudgy black pencil on hand, so I had to do this with cream eyeliner. I wasn't sure how this was gonna blend out, but I just went for it and again tried to mimic the technique and the shape that he created with this step. In retrospect, I think I could have gone a little bit more hard in the paint, literally, with this black. I kind of played it safe, but ultimately it came out kind of cute. Now I'm just blending it out with that same brush I've been using with the purple to kind of just create a cohesive look here. I did put a little bit of black eyeshadow on that brush to diffuse this black outer wing situation. Using this powder puff as a guide here really helps me keep the shape of the eye that I want and minimize any fallout. Now I am lining the inner and center part of the lid. You can see I'm getting a little bit frustrated here because I want this line to be as close to the lash line as possible, and I have that little bump in the center, but it's okay, I just fix it later. This is all about perseverance, okay? Sometimes you just have to push through even when you mess up. Now I'm applying some rhinestones. Pretty much in the crease here. He did like 3 in the crease, 1 above the center of the lid and 1 under the lid. And now I'm applying some lower lashes. Okay, full disclosure here, these are not lower lashes. These are actually individual lashes that I just kind of turned upside down, and they ended up coming out pretty good. Okay, that horrible product shot was my Amazon lashes that I'm obsessed with. I'll link these below. I think these are the perfect like glam wispy lash and are just so cute. I also ordered these lashes, which are like the cropped out version of those lashes, but I just cut them in half and do it as like an outer layer to add some drama to the lashes. And now I'm just filling in my brows with a NYX NYX pencil. And just like Spencer did, I'm just adding detail with some brown shadow here. Now I'm just gonna intensify my contour. Unfortunately, I did have to do some of this off camera when my battery was dead, so I'm just kind of redoing this step to show you guys here on film. For highlight, I'm going in with the Desi x Katie Dose of Colors highlight in the shade Fuego. I really love this one. I'm not showing the product because some of these products I've already depotted and kind of put into Z palettes, so you wouldn't be able to see the original packaging anyways, but I'm just going to go ahead and link that down below. But I absolutely love this highlight, especially for a more glam look like this. For blush, I'm using Moscow Mule by Fenty. In Spencer's video, he used the same contour shade to act as a lip liner, which I really loved, and I tried doing that as well, but I started to feel like in my case, it was looking a little bit too warm with the look. It just wasn't making all the sense, so I just adjust accordingly. For the center of the lip, he went in with a bright pink shade, so I found the brightest pink I could find for the center. And again, I started to feel like the tones I was using, the things I had at my disposal, weren't achieving the same type of vibe of his look. So again, I adapt and adjust, and I try and make it work. So I go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk to kind of add a cooler, more like cute pinky tone, and it's starting to make a little bit more sense. So then I go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Vintage, and then I feel like it starts coming together. Sometimes creating the right lip shade is just a process. People ask me what I have on my lips, and it's not a short answer. Here I'm topping it off with some Dose of Colors lip gloss in the shade The Most, applying some setting spray. Woof! And that's how we transformed from this to this Malibu Barbie Fantasyland, inspired by Painted by Spencer. Thank you, Spencer, so much for sharing your skills so we can all be inspired.
And that's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Love you.